Have you ever had one of those days at work where, even if everything technically went fine, you still walk away feeling like you just weren't good enough? Like you could have done more, or you could have done it better, or handled something differently? I work in a corporate job personally, and I've been feeling that way a lot lately. I probably always have, in fact, this quiet kind of background stress that I'm not performing at the level I should be. And it's weird because no one's said anything, nobody said that. No one's telling me I'm doing a bad job. But for some reason, I still feel like I'm constantly falling short. And I've come to realise I don't think it's just me who feels like this, I think it's really common. So I wanted to talk about this today, the silent stress of just not feeling good enough at work, even when no one else seems to think or say that. I think a lot of us carry around this invisible scorecard at work, where we're always grading ourselves. Was that email good enough? Did I speak up enough in that meeting? Should I be doing more, learning more, achieving more? And the frustrating part is that the scorecard isn't based on anything real. It's not tied to our actual job description or feedback from anyone else. It's just pressure we put on ourselves. But because the standards are invisible, they're also pretty impossible to meet. And that constant self-grading with everything that you do just creates this kind of anxiety that follows you through the day, even on the days where nothing objectively goes that wrong. There's also this thing that a lot of people don't talk about, but almost everybody feels, and that's imposter syndrome. That quiet fear that you're not really as capable as people think you are, or that one day someone's going to realise that you've just been winging it this whole time. I think at some point in adulthood, you discover the truth, which is that most of us are just winging it. We're all figuring things out as we go. But for some reason, when we look at ourselves, we assume that we're the only ones doing that. So you end up walking into work each day with this quiet fear. Today might be the day that they realise I'm not actually very good at this, even if there's zero evidence of that. I've definitely been guilty of this personally. At work, I feel that I could be more qualified to do my job, and that I'm making it up as I go along, and that the people I work with are the actual experts, and that they're totally confident and great at what they do. But that's probably not the case. They're probably having doubts exactly the same as I am. Something else that I think makes this feeling worse is the pressure to just be good at everything. Not just the tasks associated with your actual job, but communicating perfectly, being confident, being organised, being creative, being fast, being calm, being proactive, all at the same time. Work today isn't just about doing tasks, it's about who you are, it's about your personal brand, and that makes every mistake feel personal. If you're slow to respond, you worry that you look unprofessional. If you ask a question, you worry that you look inexperienced. If you don't ask a question, you worry that you look uninterested. If you disagree with someone, you worry that you look difficult. If you don't disagree with someone, you worry that you look too passive. You just can't win sometimes, and it's exhausting. Not because the job is hard, necessarily, but because maintaining the image of being competent at all times in every aspect feels like a job in itself. Here's the strange thing. Almost every person I've spoken to admits they feel this way too. People who seem extremely confident, people who are objectively great at their jobs, people you'd never expect. But at work, we all put on this polished version of ourselves. We're careful with our words, we hide uncertainty, we pretend we've got a plan. So everyone looks around and assumes they're the only one who's unsure. And because no one talks about their doubt, we start believing our doubt means something is wrong with us. But it doesn't. It means we care, if anything. And caring always comes with pressure. Like always, I don't have all the answers. I'm living this stuff in real time, just like everybody else. But I wanted to leave you with a few things that have helped me soften the pressure a little bit. Some of these things came from a therapist that I used actually in the workplace through some cognitive behavioural therapy that I did get for my anxiety at work and when I wasn't feeling good enough. So hopefully they do help. Number one is notice the stories that you're telling yourself. Half of our stress doesn't come from reality, it comes from the stories that we tell ourselves. No one liked my idea. They probably think I'm slow. I'm not advancing fast enough. Most of the time, we're just guessing, and we always guess in the harshest way possible. Number two, don't judge your work based on your worst moments. We all have off days, quiet days, human days. But we act like those days cancel out all of the good ones. They don't. Number three, remember that everybody is figuring it out. Seriously, everybody. even the people you think that are brilliant, even your boss. No one wakes up feeling confident every single morning. Number 4, give yourself credit for the things that nobody sees. The problems that you solve quietly, the tasks you followed through on, the emotional energy it took to stay focused when you were stressed or tired. Not all meaningful work is visible, but it all counts. Number 5, separate your value from your performance. You are not your output. You have worth even on days where you're not at your best. And honestly, no job should have the power to make you forget that. At the end of the day, the stress of not feeling good enough at work isn't a sign that you're not capable. It's usually a sign that you care, maybe more than you need to. You're trying your best in a world that constantly asks for more, and that's already something to be proud of. So if you're feeling that pressure, that nagging worry that you're not measuring up to everybody else, just know this: you are not the only one. Almost everyone around you is carrying that same fear quietly. They're just hiding it as well as you probably are. And maybe if we all admitted it a little more, work wouldn't feel quite so heavy. Anyway, that's what's been on my mind lately. I'd love to hear if you felt this too, or if you've had moments where you were worried that you weren't good enough, even when everything was fine on the outside. If you want to share, drop a comment. I'm figuring all this out one video at a time, so if you want to stick around for the next one, I'd love to have you. Take care of yourself and try to give yourself a little more credit than you usually do.